Interesting case what happened to Jennifer Aniston, the actress, most famous for her role in Friends, many other films. She just had her doors smashed through by uniformed police, and the first thing in the morning, right? And they said it's because one of our family members, our friends, just said that for a mental health check. And that to me is rather shocking because it can be weaponized. You can weaponize this so-called mental health check, and if someone has any symptoms of being sad or a bit manic or just a bit impulsive or just a bit withdrawn, it's an excuse to intervene, and basically it's a form of attack. It's a form of attack to question someone's mental health. And these days, everyone's Sigmund Freud. Everyone's a qualified psychiatrist who's had 10 consults for hour-long visits with the client. Who's voluntarily doing all the scales, all the testing, divulged all the information, and people somehow have ascertained all of this personal information, and they're weaponizing that. It's just really shocking to me. I envision the future whereby we're all kind of working for the state, and everyone's just kind of like getting mental health checks on each other. That's like the only form of human contact people have in the future, is when the SWAT team come into your house to say, oh, you had a status online that sounded a bit sad or aggressive or just uncouth, and so here we are to harass you now until you get heavily medicated with antipsychotics and just go in a straitjacket in a padded room and never have your word listened to again. You witness a crime? Bullshit, doesn't matter. If you have children, can't take care of them. Any money? You can't take care of that. Let the adults take care of that. So yeah, I just think it's very interesting that this "Are you okay?" It's people can say they're coming from a place of compassion, but it's mainly a weapon. They're just like, "Are you okay? Are you sure you're okay, man? Like, are you okay?" Like, what they're implying is that they're well and you're not well. They have power over you, and then what they're saying is, unless you do what they say, they can do everything in their power to make it seem like you're not stable and you're not able to function or be a productive member of society. You need to be medicated right now and put into a padded cell. Obviously, there is some people that just care about others, but just see how the term "Are you okay?" has been weaponized, and that the idea of men's mental health, it's like not really discussing the elephant in the room, that perhaps a little bit of sign, a little sign of aggression, a little sign of emotional instability, a little sign of mania, perhaps that's an underlying sign that your soul is open and that you're not putting up with atrocities and human rights violations and conspicuous consumption, toxic materialism, and this petty tribalism come down from worshipping these sports stars and these fake celebrities who just take drugs and have sex all day with children. It's disgusting, these celebrities, right? And so perhaps a minor symptom of mania or a minor symptom of a few days of sadness isn't enough to intervene and just permanently mark someone's name, that they're unstable and unable to provide for themselves or others. So yeah, to reiterate, Jennifer Aniston just had a mental health check on her with the armed police, and it just made me think that in the future, perhaps there's a dystopian version of the future whereby the state's growing a lot more in power, and everyone's kind of working for the state, and everyone's kind of like just ratting on each other's, and the neighbor, and saying, "Oh God, my neighbor, I heard them having a domestic last night. I heard the girl raise her voice for 10 seconds, and then I heard the man sob for 5 seconds. You know what? That guy, he sounds like he's depressed. We should take him to an asylum and get him some antipsychotics and get a white coat on him, because he's obviously clinically depressed and he needs to be medicated out of the gene pool. He needs to have his gifts and his emotions completely stifled with strong medication. Yeah.